Aquarius. Thank you for joining me for your second half of March reading. I wanted to share a couple of things while I finish up shuffling for you. This is a general reading, so there will be messages for multiple Aquarians. So if it doesn't resonate, then the message must be for someone else. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest for them. Also, I wanted to mention I posted our first Metaphysical Monday post, and it was a guided meditation that I am sharing based on a card that I drew from the Divine Energy Oracle deck. So check that out. I'll link it below. One other thing, I would like to do a giveaway. So what I would like to give away is a personal reading. I don't do personal readings, so that's quite rare. So when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing that giveaway, and I will do a post and message privately the winner. So make sure you're sharing, subscribing, and I have one more shuffle. I'm feeling like there needs to be one more shuffle. Let's get us started for Aquarius. Okay, bottom of the deck. Our overall energy for this reading is the Lone Man or the Hanged Man in reverse. So it looks like you're kind of stuck in the same zone. So that's kind of the overall energy for this reading. I feel like there's like no new perspective, because that's what it would be if it was in the upright. There's no new perspective. You're kind of stuck. You're stuck in a mental space that maybe you would like a different perspective on, but you just don't know where to start. So let's see what else the cards have to say. All right, Aquarius. That's too many cards. That's too many cards. I'm just a bad shuffler. Those are not jumpers. What do we have for Aquarius? The Four of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. So, I mean, the Four of Swords is a great card. It's kind of like stability and like, you know, kind of just like taking care of your stuff. You're stable mentally. You're focusing on your own mental clarity, I guess. So maybe that's why you don't need a new perspective. Maybe that's why we have that that Hanged Man in reverse. Let's see. What else do we have going on for Aquarius? Second half of March 2019. The Star. Okay. So now I can see why you don't think you need a new perspective. You don't, because you are the star. You're gorgeous, and you're just, you're focusing on you, and you have your stability going on. Or let's see what else though, because I'm getting another vibe. Get some clarification on this Four of Swords. Whoa. Yes. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. There she is. So she's like, it's luxury. I get luxury from this card. So yeah, I think you're doing well, and I think maybe there's some thought patterns that you're kind of sticking with, that you think you need them, but I feel like maybe it's not exactly what you need. Well, I have a jumper. And it was the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so there's some stagnant energy regarding your career, your finances, how you provide for yourself. So I think, sorry, I think that if you were to turn this into a new perspective, then we would have a bigger shift. I think maybe you're focusing too much on yourself, and it's becoming kind of a detriment to your financial stability, your career. I feel like maybe we're just a little bit too focused on ourselves. How dare you, Aquarius? Oh, sorry. Just made my whole thing shake. Not an earthquake. Clarification on the Knight of Pentacles, please. Two of Swords. Okay. So I think maybe you're a little bit at war with yourself. You have a decision to make. You have a decision to make. Do I stick with what I know? Do I stick with what I know? Or do I branch out? And I think that there's two options here. There's the option where I try something new, and I think that the something new leads you here. It leads you to the luxury. I think you are stuck in your stability. You're like, I'm good. I don't need anything new. I'm good where I'm at. I don't need a new perspective. I can see things just fine, and I'm good. But I think that there's too much focus on ourselves, Aquarius. I think you need to make a decision whether you're going to stick with your stability or branch out into something new. So let's see. Is there something new coming in? Oh, that one really jumped. All right. Let's see this jumper. The Eight of Pentacles. So looks like there's some success there. We have some success in that realm. We have some success with your work. But I think that you're still kind of stuck in this stable, like, I'm good. Like, I've got my stuff together. I don't need to learn anything new. I'm good. Like, she's even got her hands up. You see that? She's just like, no, back up. I got this. But I think that in this this decision that you're gonna make becomes a success. So let's see what action does Aquarius need? What action does Aquarius need to take to get to that Eight of Pentacles? What action? Ooh. Okay, 2 cards. I'm taking them. I have the Three of Swords and Strength in reverse. So I think, yeah, the Three of Swords is kind of like a heartbreak, and then we have the Strength in reverse. Those jumped out. So the action here would be to kind of maybe show a little bit more tenderness. Maybe you don't need to be so strong. You're trying to be strong to hold on to this stability, but the strength is not necessary. You need to let go. You don't need that strength. You need to let go and just kind of fall off that line that's keeping you strong, and branch out on your own and kind of show your vulnerabilities, be vulnerable with someone. I don't see another person in this reading. This is all you. I don't see another person coming in or going out. I think this is all career based. You are, you're looking at trying to stay where you're at, but there's something better for you. There's something better for you. And I think you kind of like just being in your comfort zone. You're just in a zone where you're comfortable, you're stable, you're good, and you don't need to branch out. You don't need a new perspective. You just want to stay where you're at. But the cards are telling me that there's something else out there for you. And when the time comes, you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to there's a risk here, and you need to be willing to make that risk and not just try and kind of stand strong and stand your ground and just do what you've been doing, because there's something new and it's bringing you this. There's something else. I don't want to say it's new, but there is something else. So I don't think it's anytime soon. This Three of Swords shows some heartbreak. It's going to be a tough decision. It's going to be a tough decision to branch out. But staying where you are, it's not getting you anywhere. There's no movement. You're not going anywhere with what you're doing now. You're stuck in this stability. And there's going to be a time, I don't think it's soon, but just be prepared that you might have to make a decision. I want to say that right now, these next 2 weeks are preparation time. Right now is kind of working up the courage and kind of being vulnerable. Like you're not in that I'm going to be strong state of mind. Sorry. You're trying to be, but I feel like maybe it's a little bit forced, a little bit fake. Let your guard down a little bit. Be not weak, but be vulnerable. Be open to suggestion. You're standing your ground too much, and I think it's time to back down just a little bit. Show some vulnerability, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough road, but the decision is going to have to be made. So the action that I'm getting, the cards are telling me that you need to just kind of slow your roll a little bit, and kind of maybe take stock of what is actually going on in your life, and just kind of get out of your comfort zone. Like, this is your comfort zone. And I think that you need to stop being so stubborn about seeing things somebody else's way. But I honestly don't see another person involved here. There's no other party. This is all kind of on you and in your head. And maybe you just kind of feel alone in this, and that's why you're trying to put up this front and just, like, I'm good, just let me do my thing. But I think that the key action here is to show some vulnerability, to show some weakness. Get off of your lion, and I want to say confide in someone. That's what I'm getting. But I think from what the cards are making me feel like is that you don't think you have anyone to confide in, and that's why you want to stay in your comfort zone. So let's get one more card, and then we'll talk about the overall again. Let's see what this last card has to say. Some advice for Aquarius. What advice do we have for Aquarius for the second half of March? Yes. King of Cauldrons in reverse. Okay. So the King of Cauldrons is a master of his emotions. When I see him in the reverse, I feel like the king has lost his shit, kind of. It gives me the vibe that he is, like, you see the king of the castle and he's just like crying, bawling in a corner, because he just can't handle the weight of being king anymore. So the reversed king of cauldrons or cups is all about emotion, and the reversed is just like, have a cry day. Like, take a day and have a cry. Let your emotions not, let your emotions be known. Let your emotions, feel them. You need to feel your emotions. Stop bottling everything up. Get out of your comfort zone, because I think that you're kind of just staying there because it's comfortable, and you're not ready to kind of branch out, take that leap of faith, is what I'm hearing. Take the leap of faith. I really feel like there's got to be an outlet for your emotions. And that's the main takeaway from this for me, and the way that the cards are making me feel is like it's just like tension in your neck and your shoulders, and there's only one way to release that. Have a cry day, take a bubble bath, let everything go. One thing that I really like to do when I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed and where where you just need a new perspective, is to do a brain dump. Just write everything that's pissing you off, everything that you feel is going wrong. Write it all down. Write it all down and get it out of your head. That way you can clearly identify the emotions that are going on with you and address that. So that's just something that I tell my daughter to do when she's feeling stressed and overwhelmed with classes. Just like write it all down, get it out, and that way, you've said your piece, you've, released the pain, the worry, the stress, you releasing it, get rid of it, burn it if you want to, throw it in the trash, whatever you want to do with it that makes you feel inside that you have given it back and you're done with it. You're done with those feelings. That way you can make this decision that brings you this happiness, this kind of luxury, it's what's coming once you make that decision. And at this point, I'm not sure you're able to identify what the other option is. So I think that you're forcing yourself to stay in a position that's comfortable, that's stable. But what you really need to do is let go of your emotions, let go of them, be vulnerable, have a cry day, take it easy, and look for something, different. Not to be like super pluggy here, but like I literally just did a meditation focusing on do something different, and check it out, because I feel like that's where you need to be. You need to be really releasing that feeling of, okay, I'm stable and I'm good and don't fuck with me, and be vulnerable and think of something, even if it's just one thing that you can do differently that will, help you see things from a new point of view. Then I think you will know what that decision is that needs to be made. And I think once you make that decision, you'll end up where you need to be. So thank you so much for joining me for your second half reading, second half of March reading. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the bell to get notifications. I'm going to be doing another Metaphysical Monday. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you hit that bell and you'll get notified. And this next Monday's topic for Metaphysical Monday is going to be crystals. I'm going to pick a crystal and we're going to focus on it. I don't know if you can see my shirt. I like crystals a lot, and my rose quartz. So make sure you hit that bell so you get notified for that. If you have a favorite crystal or a crystal that you're not familiar with that you would like some more information on, please leave a comment. And I will take all of the crystals that you guys recommend or suggest, and we'll pick one and we'll talk about that crystal and all of its metaphysical properties. So thank you again for watching. I wish you the best with this upcoming decision, and right now is just preparation time. Getting your ass in gear and, kind of being vulnerable, taking a step back and kind of looking within yourself. So thank you again for watching, and have a blessed day.